You are looking live at the Rock Ice Pavilion in Dunellen, New Jersey, where the New Jersey Rockets 19U Girls get ready to take on the York Devils from Pennsylvania. Hi everybody, my name is Joe Rizzo and I'm glad to bring you all the action for your New Jersey Rockets girls. They are wearing the plain white jerseys, although some holdovers from a few years ago still have their white jerseys and they still fit. So you'll see just a few of the girls wearing slightly different jerseys and the rest wearing the jerseys that they wore similar to the summer tournament when they were the RSG Selects crayons. So that's where you got your background information on the uniform. Eventually what you'll see is white jerseys and probably different socks. And you will see black jerseys as well for the Rockets this year as they start their warm-ups. And we'll show you the York Devils on the other side as they get ready to go. They're wearing black with red trim, and all of their fans happen to be sitting right behind me, so I'm going to be in their way and yapping until maybe they decide that they can't take me anymore and they decide to go somewhere else. In the meantime, we'll get you ready. This is the regular season opener. The Rockets 19U Girls have played they've actually played a few more games thus far. I think they've played 4 or 5 to this point, and those have been exhibitions or tournament games. And this is the one that starts the games when they count, so to speak, although I think all the girls that are out there always play for it like it counts as they start their second of their warm-up drills. You're going to have 10 skaters for the Rockets today, and number 7, Emma Vezina in goal. She's between the pipes for the Rockets. Let's see if I could remember your lines. Peyton Izzy Rizzo is going to be one line. Amanda with Georgie and Tootie will be another line as Bug slams into me because she can't step one piece back from behind me. I just have to block the area where I am and hope that people will be mindful of that because, well, basically, this is the only place where I can go where I could see the clock. Plus, the Rockets are going to shoot at that net twice, so it'll give us a little advantageous perch for those times, and we'll give up a little bit over here as Mr. Camerata is flanking me to the right. Your defense will be Larissa, Rachel, Fia, and Kirsty. The pairs, I have been told, could mix up a little bit, so we won't try to figure out who's paired with whom. The forward lines are figuring to probably stay the same, but once we get into penalties and things like that, we potentially have to switch up forwards a little bit here and there. But all the girls have, for the most part, played together. Some for the past couple of years, others like Kirsty and Amanda for 10 years now in the Rockets uniform. As we get to the last half minute of time before they sound the horn and start play, the coaches on the bench, head coach Jeremy Jacobus, Coach Rads, Coach Vinny, and Coach Henry on the bench today. So plenty, almost as many on the bench as they have skaters out there. Jen Lee will be manning the home penalty box and doing the score sheet, looks like. And George Tillinghast will be your scoreboard operator today. That's always a challenge at Rock Ice Arena. Looks like there's a pretty good crowd on hand as the Rockets gather in front of their own net, gather up those pucks. They put 17 minutes on the clock for a Maha U19 game for the regular season. Not sure of the overtime rules if it happens to end regulation in a tie, but that'll be one of those things that we figure out on the fly. Thanks for watching, and if you've just tuned in, the Rockets 19U girls in white with black are getting ready for their game with the York Devils at the U19 level. The season opener, the regular season opener, we should say, for the Rockets. Both teams gather to the respective benches. If you're not watching this live and you're catching it on demand, the face-off is about to happen nearly simultaneously to the kickoffs of the early games of the first weekend of the NFL season. So if you're a football fan and you said, well, I want to watch the Jets live and I'm going to catch the Rockets on demand, well, then we're glad to have you here on demand. If not, we're glad to have you live. Amanda in the face-off circle, Tootie on her left, Georgie on her right. Lift off to the regular season. Amanda wins the face-off to Tootie. She skates it in over the right side and sends it deep for Georgie. Georgie around the net, tries to center. Tootie there, can't get the backhand on it. And the Devils who move it out, attacking 3-on-2 towards center. Larissa on the D on that side with Rachel, and they disrupt the play as Amanda swoops down and tries to bring it out. She can't get it through. Wrist shot whistled wide, and the Rockets will try to get it out of the zone. They do get it out. It comes toward the center. Tootie's there. She'll dump it. The rest of her line changes, but she'll stay as the first forward in pursuit and change when the play probably comes back up the ice. Devils try to push it up, but not out. Kirsty was there to keep it in. A little help from Peyton. They're battling to try to keep it in. It goes out. Rizzo playing safety back there with Fia, and Fia gets it. She gets it up the boards on the far side. A little help from Peyton. Peyton looks to shovel it to Rizzo. It gets picked off. Wrist shot sticked into the near side corner by Emma. Fought for down there. Just a little bit out of view. It comes out. Rizzo's going to be the first forward to chase. This one's going to go on net. That'll count as the first shot on goal. And pursuit in 1-on-3, she is able to force the face-off in the offensive zone. The lines will switch up with the first minute 20 of the regular season elapsed. Amanda on the face-off, Tootie in the slot, Georgie on the right wing, Kirsty between the points, and it comes back to Fia. She'll take a slapper, but doesn't get good wood on it, or composite on it, or whatever the sticks are made of these days. And it's sent down into the offensive zone for the Devils. Emma stops that one from going, and then she has to make a save with the left shoulder off of a very strange bounce on the puck that came back behind her own net. In pursuit is Georgie. She'll battle by the end line, and let's see if she can pick that off. It's in the skates. Devils trying to move it out there. They get it into a dangerous part of the zone, but there's an extra Devil swooping in. 1-on-2 up the middle. Rachel will break that up and disrupt the flow. Devils send it in and they'll change behind the play as Amanda skates it way back behind her own net. Georgie on the shift fell when she was coming over the bench. That didn't cost the Rockets numbers, but she jumps back off the ice now. Peyton picks this one off, trying to get through traffic. She gets through one and sends it into open ice, but nobody's there as the Rockets are changing still behind the play, and they get the full forward line out. Izzy tripped going backward, and that one sent down for an icing and a stoppage of play with 14:33 left in the first period, and no score between the Rockets in white and the York Devils in black and red. Peyton with the face-off, Rizzo on the left wing, and Izzy is in the slot. Rachel on the left point and Larissa between the points. That's your defense pair. Peyton will win that one back to Rachel. She'll send it for Riz. Riz facing it along the boards on the near side. Stick lost down there. I don't know if it's broken. The Devils player is able to pick it up now. and doesn't look like a broken stick. Play right under us, just out of view. Izzy trying to pick that one off. Peyton disrupts the play right at the Rockets logo in center ice. Hard to see with the glare, but there's a Rockets logo down there. This one moved up to center. Riz gets it on that Rocket logo, but she's 1-on-4. She's got a little help from Izzy. She turns, sends it in deep for Izzy, and she's going to hustle off for a change behind the play. Tootie will replace her. Rachel pinches in to save that one. Amanda comes, wrist shot, bouncer, pad save, knocked aside. Devils move it out. Devils through center. They'll change behind the play. 1-on-3, now 2-on-3. Tootie gets back. 4 Rockets back. Georgie stays high, looking for that movement around the board. She gets it. She can't get the stick on it, and the Devils keep it in. Rachel will jump behind the net to pursue. Larissa goes in front of the net to battle. Between the points, Tootie disrupts that and forces the play to the right circle. Devils will spin behind the net, stopping and looking. Georgie will hold her position up there. She'll chase at the points. They'll cycle at high between the points, going down the right circle. Wrist shot, right pad saved by Emma. Rebound in front. Georgie gets a stick on somebody's stick and keeps the rebound shot from happening. Devils moving it between the points. Wrist shot through traffic. Emma gets the blocker on it, moves it out to the right side. Devils try to center it, but it goes off the back of the net. Comes to the far side boards. Georgie's battling. Needs to get that puck out, can't do it. Larissa's there. She's going to take her time. The Devils peel off for a change. Not all, but they feed the point. It's sent back in and behind the net now. Devils manage to change 2 of their players and maintain possession of the puck. Sent toward the front of the net. Emma got a piece of it. Georgie's over there. Georgie will fire it down. They're going to call the icing on that one. Let's see if it gets over the line by itself. It does. There was a Devils player right there, but I guess it didn't hit the Devils player. And they call the icing. And a full complement of changes for both teams with 12:16 left in the first period and no score. The Devils applying most of the pressure for the last 2 minutes. Peyton wins the face-off. Around to the near side boards, Rizzo battling for it. It comes out to Peyton. Peyton has Izzy with a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Peyton over the left side. Wrist shot goes wide. Izzy will chase that one down. One of the Devils slips and slides out of the play. Wrist shot by Kirsty is blocked through a pad. Kirsty will try to send it back in. That would be an automatic offsides this year. No more delayed offside. Rizzo the first forward in pursuit. Can she force the play around? She does, and she's got help from Izzy. Izzy can't pick it off. Peyton now battling on the far side boards. Peyton over there, and Izzy eventually helps her out. If that puck comes to somebody, it will come to Kirsty. Kirsty can't keep it in. It comes to Fia. Fia goes cross ice, and she got it over the line before Riz could get out. And like we said, that's an automatic offsides now, and they will put that one because Fia was just at the center line. I guess they're going to say that they're going to make that a center zone faceoff. 11:27 left, first period, no score. Rockets in white, York Devils in the dark jerseys, black with red numbers and white trim. Far side boards, Georgie over there. That one's sent out. They're going to call an icing unless this one rolls. It rolls on its edge, but it makes a turn away from the netminder and not toward her. If it had gotten toward the netminder, she would have had to play it or cover it, but that didn't happen. So a face-off in the offensive zone for the Devils. Teams don't change as they had just faced it off briefly before that. Amanda takes the face-off. She's been very good on face-offs in the early going of the season, but not much of a sample today. Rockets get it, and they choose to go behind the net. Georgie over there, again having trouble right in that spot. Sent toward the net, Rachel picks it up, steers around the net, up to the left wing to Tootie. Tootie chips it forward. Amanda and Georgie change. Tootie pursues, sent out by the Devils. Izzy gets it in again, sends it in offside, and the teams have to make an adjustment to the lack of delayed offside. Coach Jeremy upset about something. The referee not letting a player Tootie get on the bench. I'm not sure why he would restrict a player from getting on a bench. There's no rule against that. And now they are calling some kind of penalty, and Tootie will go to the box. Very difficult to understand what the call even is. It didn't look like there was anything going on in the play over there at all. Just looked like a simple offside. But the Devils will go on their first power play of the game, the first of the game, after a curious call. I haven't even seen a referee signal over there as to what the penalty is, unless they eventually made it unsportsmanlike conduct. Your penalty killers up front are Peyton and Izzy. On the back line, it's Rachel and Larissa. Izzy disrupts this play. She'll pursue. She'll get a little help from Peyton as the Devils will cross over the line, 2-on-2. Peyton comes back to backtrack, wrist shot through traffic, secondary shot put in by the Devils. They got a little too much pressure up front, and the third person on the back door was the one who came in and shoveled it in. Emma made 2 saves in the sequence. The third one popped out just in front of the post to her right and was chipped over the pad by the Devils, who've taken a 1-0 lead with 10-12 left in the first period. Tootie will come out of the box. Still not sure what the penalty was, if it was on her or a bench minor, but the Rockets will have to regroup. Amanda wins the face-off. Thea on the near side looking for someone. She tries to get it to Tootie. It goes back ping-ponged around. Can't get it through to Georgie. Puck comes in onside. 2 Rockets collide. Amanda will pick up the slack and try to come up the left wing. She gets it into the zone, if but momentarily, and then out. Devils will get it. Amanda will pursue. Devils in their own zone between defensemen. They'll send it to center, just out of Tootie's reach. Georgie in pursuit. Sent in, and Emma will just cover that one up. Still no whistle, as no Devil was there, but wisely holds on because her team is in need of a change. Still, it says on the clock, well, you can't see it. It still says there's a minute left on the penalty, but there's no more penalty. It was a power play goal that put the Devils up with 10-12 left in the first period, and they hold that 1-0 lead as the teams are at full and even strength. Rockets change, wrist shot that whistles through traffic, and Emma picks it off with the glove, and we'll do it right again. This is something that we've seen over and over in the last season plus, where the Rockets on offensive zone face-offs, if they lose them, they keep a clear lane from the point for Emma to see it. And if she can see it, she can stop it. And they knock off 4, 5, 8 seconds at a time very often in these zone face-offs. Riz can't get it at the top. Negotiating through traffic is the left defenseman. She goes all the way to the bottom before she retreats back. Wrist shot in front. What a save by Emma! The crowd started thinking that that puck was going in the net, but somehow she got the right pad on it. Comes out toward the middle of the zone. Rizzo gets just enough on it to get it back into center, and she will pursue. This one's picked off. Izzy will go in. She gets tripped up with the foot right there. No call, foot trip. And she gets pushed down behind the play interference, no call. So they're not calling it even so far. 2 clear penalties that Izzy had drawn right there, but they're going to let them play. It's fine if you're going to let them play, just call it even. Amanda will pursue behind her own net, looks to the right side for Georgie. Georgie blocks the shot and knocks it out of the zone. Didn't realize how well she had snuffed it, and the Devils will retreat. They'll play with it through neutral ice, send it in, and not gain possession. Tootie has it. Can she get the break? She doesn't have much help. She's got Georgie late. Oh, and it goes in for an icing. It looked like she was about to get to it, but they call the icing. Didn't look like it was over the line there. It looked like it might have come off of a Devil stick and gone back. Coach Jeremy having a discussion again with the referee. Not sure what's going on there, but that was a pretty clear non-icing. I'm surprised that they called it. It looked like she was well over the line, in fact, when that puck was sent in, or that it hit a Devil stick. Face-off battled for. Georgie got a piece of it as it went to the slot. Devils get low. Wrist shot. Emma gets the blocker on it. She's being interfered with in front. Surprised they didn't call that one right away. Played with in the near corner. Hard to see, just a little out of our vantage point. Rock ice is pretty good to film a game, but there are a couple of slots where you lose it, and that's one of them. Georgie gets it out of the zone, but can't keep possession. The Devils force it back in. They change 4 behind the play as Amanda comes out. She should look to the headman for Tootie. Waits a little bit, skates it through center, over the logo, still holding, sends it in. This one's going to be an icing, but the Devils touch it. And the Rockets change all 5 behind the play. Devils looking for the home run pass. They get it to some degree, but Rachel's able to pick it off there. Comes up the near side wing, Rizzo there, battling for it, just out of view. It eventually goes back off of a Devil stick to Rachel. She'll steer it around to the right wing where Izzy gets a piece up but not out. Blocked there was the shot by Peyton's skates, and behind the net it goes. Rachel will pursue. She looked for Riz, but it was a little too strong. They're going to call an icing, but this puck will not have enough to get over the line. Riz and Peyton in pursuit over there. Peyton goes by as the brakes were slammed on. Izzy now in pursuit, chipped up the far side boards. That's Larissa who keeps it in. Izzy will pursue behind the net, now give way as Riz pursues. Moved up to Peyton. Peyton keeps it in, looking for Riz. Riz comes out of the corner. Riz with a wrister. Oh, she was looking for the top 90 degrees over there and just shot it wide. Sent in, but can't find Izzy. Peyton comes off for a change responsibly, and Amanda is there to disrupt the puck carrier in neutral ice. Riz now pursuant as well, but they give the Devil player just a little too much time and space as York moves it in. Far side boards, they center it. A lot of traffic there, and it will find the front side of the net. Riz gets it, she ices it, and they'll take that whistle to make it the rest of the change. With 5:51 left in the first period, and York holding a 1-0 lead over the New Jersey Rockets in 19U Girls Hockey. Amanda will take the face-off. Battled for there. Looks like maybe Fia out of view had picked it up. It's at the right point. Georgie gets it. She moves it up, and there's a whistle. What are they calling? A hand pass, possibly? It looked like the referee made the signal for hand pass, but that puck was in the defensive zone where you're allowed to move it up with your hand. So, not sure about the call over there, but nonetheless, the face-off will go into the Rocket zone, and they haven't been the beneficiaries of the calls thus far, earned or otherwise. Wrist shot through traffic. Emma gets the paddle of the stick on it. Rebound shot sent toward the front, and some kind of celebration there, or maybe just one of those, hey, my hands are free, I didn't do it, before Emma covers it up. 5:33 left, first period, 1-0 York over the Rockets. Amanda on the face-off. Didn't look like she won it to where she wanted to win it, but it comes to the near side boards, which is the worst place for you watching at home or in your car or wherever you're watching from. Shot deflected, rebound after the first save by Emma, shoveled at the net. They try to move it to the front. There's another Devil over there. She gets a piece of it, and it's sent at the net. Emma blocks it down and covers it up. A lot of pressure by York here. They have the only goal of the game, and it was on a power play, on a penalty that we're still not exactly sure what it was. Tootie was in the box, but we're not sure if it was on her or a bench minor, as Coach Jeremy was having a rabid discussion with the officials at the time. Face-off won by the Devils, who put it behind Emma. Centered in front. That was Rachel who got a piece of it. Riz will come down to pursue and get that puck. Let's see if she can get it out. She can't. She's met 2-on-1, and Rachel comes over to help her out a little bit. They're still battling for it. It's sent toward the slot. Rachel gets a piece of it, but she finds the back of another player. It's at the point and sent back in from the right side where Rachel gets her stick on it. Rachel will send it down. It's going to be just outside of the crease and go down for an icing. 4:30 left first period. 1-0 Devils over the Rockets. These are the York Devils. They're from York, Pennsylvania. They're not affiliated with the New Jersey Devils, who are not far from here in Dunellen, New Jersey. Peyton wins that one over to Riz. Riz loses possession. That goes, oh, wow, is that not offside? I guess the ref was right there. And he said that it did not cross over the blue line. Whiffed at behind the net. Put up to the near side wing. Sent back in by the right point. Now moved back near side. Riz up there. Tries to chip it out. Can't get enough on it to do so. Battled for by Peyton. Goes down to Rachel. Rachel up to Riz, just past her. Riz blocks the shot, but it goes to a Devil. They go to the left point. Riz shot. It hits Peyton's skates. Sent back to the left point. Izzy in pursuit. Sent over to the right side. Riz shot. Kick save. And they put the rebound in as left unattended in front was one of the Devils, and they make it 2-0 with 3:44 left in the first period. York moving the puck with alacrity. Rockets, as most of us were probably expecting, were expecting a shot from the left point as we have the face-off of Amanda. And instead of making a shot, they sent it to the player in the right side of the slot. That player then moved it to the left side, and there was a rebound as Amanda pursues. And they put the rebound in after Emma was able to make the first save. Physical play has now kicked up with this shift, and that's on both teams' accounts. The Devils, I think, have been a little more of the physical team to start with. Here's Tootie. She'll come up the left wing. She'll find a little traffic there and can't get through. The intercepting player will bring it in over the right circle, goes around the net. All five Rockets back, 4 Devils there. Peyton's the one to come out of it. Peyton will come up, bank it off the boards for Tootie. Tootie tries to get through neutral ice. Peyton was there, just missed the puck with her with the blade of her stick, the backhand blade, and it's sent in to the Devils side of the ice for the first time in a while. Devils tip it through into the neutral zone onside. Larissa gets it back. She's looking toward the near point, but there were no Rockets there. 2:27 now left in the first period. 2-0 York over the Rockets. Devils pursue behind the net. Larissa there, uses the body but can't shield off the puck. Comes to the right point. Tootie's the one who's going to pursue. She blocks a piece of the shot and takes some of the juice off of it, and the puck goes to the far corner, where that looks like Peyton who picks it up. She tries to fire it out, but loses an edge, and the Rockets still having trouble getting it out. Devils keep it in at the point. They go between the points there as Izzy was looking for the snipe. Peyton chips it. Wrist shot, tipped away, doesn't get to Emma. Larissa behind the net, tries to get it up to Izzy at the right wing. Izzy's going to look for somebody. She sends it towards the center where Tootie can't get to it. Tootie at the end of a long shift here. Her line mates have shifted a while ago. Tootie will jump into the slot. That one knocked down by a Devil in front. There's a check, and they're going to call that one. Well, actually, the Rockets sent it down, and the goalie hasn't played it yet. And now the whistle finally blows. I'm not sure what he was waiting for there. There's a cross check, and the Rockets will have their first penalty of the game on the power play side. Let's see if they move the face-off at least out of the zone, because it happened in the attacking zone, and they do. They're going to make it an offensive zone face-off. This first power play brought to you by Diamond Diehards, a podcast about baseball and about life. Diamond Diehards, it's me, Joe Rizzo, along with the dog, Jeff Healy. You can find us everywhere on social media at Diamond Diehards, or go to diamonddiehards.com. Don't forget to subscribe. Amanda on the face-off wins it back to Larissa. Sent through. Rizzo in front, can't get the stick on it strong enough. Comes out towards center. Larissa gets it and will regroup. She uses Rachel and goes up to Riz. Riz just below you, tripped up, no call. Foot trip, not a stick trip. No call nonetheless. They should be sitting here at a 5-on-3, but it's a 5-on-4. Wrist shot sent in. They'll call that one, and they call that one no icing, even though she was actually over the red line. Rizzo picks it off, but she can't get possession. Rockets here have the power play, and they're going to look to establish it. Riz is out with Georgie and Amanda. That's because Tootie was caught on a long shift. So there's no special power play line or power play unit. It's just that the lines have been mixed up because of the course of play, and that's going to happen. They just have 2 forward lines and 2 defense pairs. So it's sent down for the icing. Yes, I said that. It's a power play, but you are not allowed to ice it in any situation anymore. USA Hockey has changed the rules for this season. That's also the same thing with no more delayed offsides. Amanda wins the faceoff. Larissa gets it. She sends it over, and now they have actually mixed it up as Kirsten jumps on the left wing for this power play. Wrist shot, sticked, loose puck in front, steered aside just in time by the York goalie over there. Larissa wrist shot, can't get it through. She'll try to bang it in again, looks for Izzy. Izzy falls down in pursuit, and the time expires on the first period with York holding a 2-0 lead, and the Rockets starting the second period with a 45-second power play that will go to the other end of the ice. Well, you just got to hear me talk about it, but we'll say it again. Diamond Diehards is a podcast about baseball and about life. It's me, Joe Rizzo, along with the dog, Jeff Healy. And we do some fun features like Veteran of the Day and Die Hard Dads. So if you have a veteran that you'd like to honor, contact us on social media everywhere at Diamond Diehards. We're even on LinkedIn if you'd like to do a little business with us, like fmsgraphics.com, sportsmaps.com, and Big Ed's Car Wash in Fairlawn, New Jersey have done. Contact us on LinkedIn or anywhere else. The place to really go is the Facebook group. You want to join our Facebook group for sure. Diamond Diehards, a podcast about baseball and about life. So because of the limitations of the scoreboard, I can tell you that the Rockets have 4 shots on goal and the Devils have at least 10. I can't tell you any more than that. But those are close to being facts, I think. And while the Rockets seem to have the balance of the play go their way, for the first about 80 seconds of the game, the Devils have picked it up and moved it around pretty well since then. They've had the edge, and they've had it for some extended periods of time. However, with a 2-0 deficit, the game not nearly over. And the Rockets, with Peyton at center, Riz on the left wing, and Izzy on the right wing, will look to see if they can cash in on the first 45 seconds of the period where they will have a power play. Fia on the left D. Tootie has moved back to right D. So I think that means Kirsten will be at forward on the other line. This one's sent in. Tootie there in pursuit. She'll move it up, and let's see if she gets it out. She does. But it goes through center ice. And this will be Riz. Can she get ahead of the D? She has a little bit of a jump. She stops. She's looking for Izzy. It comes to Tootie. Tootie kicks it. Oh, and Fia stopped a breakaway right there with the left skate. Fia now, with the new rules, waits for her teammates to get on side, and she finds Izzy. This one will go up to Tootie. Tootie with an open shot, sends it toward the front. It kicked off a Devils skate and went in front. Devils gain possession. Teams now at full and even strength as Amanda jumps on. Izzy will jump off. Fia in her own end will pursue, and she will move it up, but there's a lot of Devil traffic right there. Tootie now will get it behind the net. She comes to the near side for Riz. Riz deals with the Devil, and she needed to make a better deal with the Devil, the actual Devil, to get that one out, because the one in black had the win. This is Kirsty up the left wing. Wrist shot. Oh, what a save off the left shoulder. Kirsty might have had the goalie beat. If she got that one just a tick higher, she would have gotten the Rockets on the scoreboard in her first full shift here at left wing in this game. Kirsty there in pursuit. She's a speedy skater. There might be ones as fast on the ice, but probably nobody faster. Centered in front, there's Kirsty, and she's making an immediate impact up front. So Coach Jeremy moving Tootie and Kirsty back and forth. It's already seemed to pay dividends. Peyton will get it up the left wing. Peyton, wrist shot. Oh, she had the corner, and it's a big glove save by the York goalie with 14:54 remaining in the second period. Rockets looking to get on the board. They had the first 45 seconds on a power play, and they have kept it up. Peyton on the faceoff. Peyton Izzy Rizzo. Scrum, lacrosse style faceoff practically there. Left point to Rachel. She'll battle to keep it in. Sends it toward the front. Oh, Rachel was looking for Izzy behind the play. Couldn't get it through, but good idea. Devils skated in over the right side at the boards. They try to center it, but Peyton blocks that. Regain possession. Trying to get through Peyton again. Peyton used the body. Wrist shot. It's blocked by Larissa. Loose puck in front. Picked up and sent out. This will be Riz trying to win a foot race. Can she get to it? She's got Izzy in front. Oh, she tried to center it, and the Devil stick got there. Riz on the far boards, looking for someone. Izzy will pursue behind the net. They reverse it. Amanda is there. Amanda picks it off the boards. Amanda tries to take a shot. Izzy's got it. Right slot, side, sends it off a Devil hand. Georgie comes in on the change for Riz. Georgie behind the line, tries to center it. Georgie regains. Larissa at the right point. She's going to look to get it through traffic. Can she get it deep at least? Battled for along the far boards. Georgie comes to the point to pick it off. Gets low for Izzy. Izzy wrist shot. Oh, and it's a blocker save. Rockets have really picked it up. This one's sent out. It's going to be an icing if it has enough volition to get over the line, which it does. And the Rockets have come out like a different team here in the second period, trailing 2-0, but having gained 5 shots already in 3 minutes and 26 seconds of the second period. Amanda on the offensive zone draw. She tries to win it over to Georgie, but the Devil player steps up. Devils have a breakaway, 3-0. It's on Emma. Emma makes one save, but she can't make the second one. Just too many numbers right there as the Rockets got caught. They got caught off the face-off stepping in. The Devils were in pursuit, and despite the Rockets getting the best of the play for the first about 3:30 of the period, they find themselves now trailing 3-0. A credit to Emma to even stop the first one, but a team like this is not going to be very forgiving when you make a mistake. Not that the mistake was on Emma, it was on the 5 Rockets that were out there. Here's a wraparound that finds its way in just past the right skate. Emma did the splits, and there's a big pile of snow right there. And within 12 seconds, the Devils have doubled their lead. Rockets have to regroup and play the way they did right up until about 12 seconds ago. They came out with their fire in the second period, but sometimes things just don't go your way, and you have to pick up and just play your game. Wrist shot sent in from the left point. Emma steers that one aside. They try to battle for it. There's going to be probably a hook, or they're calling a high stick on number 8, Kocic. I'm not even going to try the names. They have them on the back, but I can't see them. So the Rockets will have their second power play off the high sticking penalty. They should bring this faceoff out of the offensive zone of the Devils, and they do. Are they going to bring it all the way down or just outside of the zone? Rockets will have their second power play. 12:48 left in the second period, and York holding a 4-0 lead. 2 goals in the first and 2 within 12 seconds here in the second. Payton wins the faceoff. Larissa there, wrist shot from the top of the circle. Can't get it through traffic. Payton on the rebound, shoots. Blocker save and covered up by the York goaltender with the first 6 seconds of the penalty elapsed. Face-off won by York, and they break out. This is how they scored the previous goal, but they don't break out in as many numbers as the Rockets were able to learn from their previous mistake. Izzy will skate this up the right wing. Rockets on the power play here, but yet to establish possession. Payton will battle for it in mid-ice. It is sent in by the Devils. It bounces, and Emma has to field the bouncing puck. It comes up to Riz. She's 1-on-3, but she's got Izzy with her, and she dumps it over the center line. Oh, they called that an icing. It looked like she was over the center line right there. Wow. The Rockets have been on the wrong end of a couple of really egregious icing calls. It looked like she was clearly at the center line right there and calls it icing. So the Rockets will retreat back into their own zone with 1:19 on the power play and desperately needing a goal to stop the 4-goal barrage between these first and second periods. Fieg chips it up, near side Kirsty. Kirsty pushes it up out of the zone, and it's just below our vantage point here. Fought for and gained by Fia, who was looking for Amanda right there, but the pass too strong. Amanda tries to close the gap and catch up, but the Devils use their sticks, and they manage to keep the puck in the offensive zone. 1-on-4. Emma gets the blocker on that one. Georgie fighting for the rebound. It's put toward the net wide, but Emma will glove that, cover it up, and there will be 45 seconds for the Rockets to try to make something of their second power play of the game, with 11:32 left in the second period, and a 4-0 deficit on their home ice, rock ice in Dunellen, New Jersey. They win this face-off, and they'll take their time moving it up, which they do. Devils pick it off 1-on-4, and they come into the zone. Wrist shot that tipped off a Rocket and was eluding Emma, but it went wide. Coming up the right side is Kirsty, and she will move it into the zone, but a little out of view now, and the Devils will move it out. Rockets move it back in, and Kirsty's in pursuit as the last 5 seconds tick off. Tootie picks it off. Kirsty gets it right side, gets a shot at the net as the penalty expires. So the Rockets get another shot, but they can't put it in. Face-off with 10:47 left in the second period in the offensive zone. Payton will win it to Larissa. Larissa down to Payton, redirected and at the net, but they can't get it through. Good scoring chance off the face-off. That only took 4 seconds. Let's see if they could do it again. 1 to Larissa. Larissa, wrist shot, gets down toward Riz. Wasn't on net. Riz can't handle it. Tipped up. This is going to be 2-on-2. Sent in behind the end line by the Devils. Devils moving it outside the hash marks on the outer circle. Moved. That one floats toward the slot. Still in pursuit. Shot from the left point. A bunch of Devils down low. Not quite behind the Rockets D, but almost. Izzy gets it. she'll find a little room over there. She was looking for Peyton, but they get a little bit crossed up, and Peyton will send back and eventually get it to Larissa. Rockets looking for a change possibly. This is the period of the long change, so you have to establish some good possession. Loose puck there. Can Riz get to it? She can't. She's got Izzy as well in pursuit. The Devils on their breakout are able to clear the zone. Larissa will get it and try to send it right back in. She does, but can't find the offensive zone. 2/3 of the forward line has changed. Camerata 93, the one in pursuit, is the one still out there, and she forces a turnover. Amanda gets it, tries to put it toward the net, but it doesn't quite get there. Rockets creating at least a little pressure. 9:15 left in the second period. 4-0 Devils over the Rockets. 19U Girls. Georgie gets it at the right point, sends down for Izzy. Izzy, sharp angle shot. Ooh, had the goalie low. There was a little bit of room right there, but she really would have had to snipe that one if she wanted to find the scoreboard. There's going to be somebody jumping on. Let's see if they jump on before the other player jumps off, or if they're just calling that an offside. Looks like the offside happened before the too many players on the ice penalty would have happened. So a break for the Rockets. Amanda with Kirsty on her right and Georgie on her left will take the face-off. Kirsty trying to pursue it. Tootie, who played the first period on right wing. Kirsty, who played the first period on defense. They've switched positions for the second. And that's worked well despite a couple of goals going on the Devils ledger and none on the Rockets ledger. The play has been more even, save for just a 12-second span where the Devils cashed in twice. Georgie will try to move it out of the zone. She'll at least keep the puck where it is. It's 2-on-2 over there. A third Devil will come in. It's won by the Rockets. Amanda will get it. She'll fire it behind the glass of her own net and find Peyton on the near side, or rather Kirsty on the near side. Kirsty's able to steer it out, looking for Georgie. Georgie one-on-one there. If this Devils player makes a mistake, should be ready to capitalize. Tootie to try to keep it in the zone, can't send it in with the delayed offside. You got to wait for your players to clear out of the zone now. Peyton will try to get that and sneak past the D. She can't do it. 7:45 left, second period. 4-0 York Devils over the New Jersey Rockets. Rockets pursue behind their own net. Nobody jumping off to grab that one. Devils will gain possession. Looking, centered in front. Fia gets the stick on it and steers it into the corner. Riz gets it up the near boards. She can go right in front of their boards because the York player was changing. She couldn't pursue her, otherwise it would have been too many men. So good heads-up thinking there. That puck hits off of a stick, off of the netting, and a whistle and a stoppage of play with 7:19 left in the second period, and the Rockets looking at a 4-0 deficit. Peyton on the face-off. Riz is in the slot. She wins it back to Larissa. Larissa with a shot. Can't get it through traffic of two Devils there. Devils try to move it out. Larissa gets it. She tries to send it back in. And it's an offside call. As I think all the players are frustrated with the lack of delayed offsides, a rule that many of them have been playing for 2 or even 3 years. And if there are 19U girls that are 2002 years, have been playing for 5 years. So they have to unlearn everything that they learned and go back to when they were peewees. Riz tries to get into the offensive zone, can't maintain possession. The Peyton-Izzy Rizzo line looking to provide some offense here, and as a witness to Thursday practice, rarely have you seen a line practice as dynamite as Peyton-Izzy Rizzo did on Thursday night. So they were ready coming into this game, but it hasn't translated on the scoreboard yet. Izzy blocks that shot, but it still has enough to go into the far corner where Rachel gets. Louisa up the boards. She will knock it out. And let's see if she jumps off for a change. She does. So she's able to get 2 of the line mates off. Izzy is the forward in pursuit, so she stays out there. Oh, Georgie tried to pick off that long pass. Devils get it. They'll send it back in and change a couple of players behind the play as Larissa will pick that one up. Devils grab it coming out of the corner. Loose puck in front, sent up and out. Somebody lost the stick. It's a Devil. They'll have to regroup. Let's see if Kirsty could pick this one off. She can't. Devils just not making any mistakes here. And the Rockets have made just a couple, and on those mistakes, they have ended up in the back of the net. There's an offside call, a whistle and a stoppage of play with 5:39 left in the second. The Rockets had 4 shots in the first period. They have 8 already in the second, in just over 11 minutes of play. York scored twice in the first period, and they scored twice within 12 seconds of the second period. The first goal of the game was on a power play for York. The Rockets have had 2 power plays since then, but unable to cash in. York playing within the slot. Tootie with the body is able to push off. Amanda has one to beat. Amanda up the right side. Amanda gains the zone. Amanda with a wrist shot. Oh, and the York player got just enough of a piece of it to slow it down. Otherwise, Amanda was looking to put that one with a little lift. And the goalie was definitely going down. She's protecting the low stuff. And Amanda I know she was looking to shoot high because I've watched her play a million games, and when she goes over there, she's looking to shoot high. But the York player got a piece of it, and it ended up being an easy save. Face-off 1. Tootie sends it towards center. Wrist shot through traffic by Fia. Rebound comes to the corner. Riz there looking to center. It comes to Fia. Fia, wrist shot. Ooh, right in the breadbasket. If it had a little more drop, it might have found the 5-hole, but the Rockets now with some good pursuit there. Riz and Fia working the high-low game. When the Rockets win an offensive zone face-off back to the D, they want to shoot. But the Devils have been sending 2 players directly at whichever defenseman has been winning it. So wisely, Tootie saw the 2 Devils players coming at her and had passed over on a previous face-off win, and that created a scoring chance. So that's what you call hockey IQ and good adjustments. In pursuit, Peyton picks it off, looking up to Fia. Fia will get it. She tries to go low for Riz. Fia using the scale. Oh, Fia takes an elbow right to the face, and they'll go on another power play. The referee on this side calls it. Whoa. Straight elbow right to the face. Let's see if they give a 2 and 10 on that. That's a blow to the head. They call the blow to the head. I don't know if it's 2 and I think that's a 2 and 10. So we'll see a second player go into the box, and it'll be a 2-minute power play, and the offending player, looks like number 4, will sit in there for 10 minutes. So she'll be eligible to come back about midway through the third. The Rockets are going to take a timeout here, as they really need to cash this one in. Fia, most importantly, looks like she's okay, as that elbow caught her. Now remember, it's not just like an elbow that you see in a UFC fight, which is bad enough. These players have significant padding on the elbow, and of course you have a cage protecting your face, but that doesn't protect the neck from snapping back, which is the cause of concussions. So fortunately, it looks like 71. Sophia Kitine is okay. Coach Jeremy takes a timeout. 4:33 left in the second period. York holding a 4-0 lead, but they've given the Rockets at least a chance to get themselves on the scoreboard and possibly give themselves an avenue to get back into this game. The game has definitely been favorable for York in terms of possession. They've carried most of the possession, and they've done it for significant amounts of time. The Rockets haven't been without scoring chances, but the quality of the chances has been higher for York. And the Rockets have made a couple of mistakes, and they've ended up in the back of the net, while York really hasn't made but one before that one that just came there. Great job by Emma letting that one go, because once again, part of the new rules is icing is in effect in all situations of the game, as it has been at lower levels, but now all the way up here through U19. Juniors and professionals are playing the quote-unquote normal rules still. And I believe high schools are playing the quote-unquote normal rules of delayed offside and no icing when you're shorthanded. Nonetheless, the Rockets will try to take advantage, but the faceoff was won toward them and they couldn't get possession. York down a man, or a player, will send it into the Rockets zone, and the Rockets will try to break out. Near side for Izzy, a little too strong. That would have been an icing, but good angling on the bank. Rizzo picks it off with the feet. She's got Izzy in front, flashing. Oh! Amanda on the far boards. This is going to go to Larissa. Top of the slot. She sends it low for Riz. Riz, sharp angle. Riz shot in the breadbasket. And that'll be a whistle and a stoppage of play with 3:48 left in the second period. 75 seconds left in the power play, and the Rockets really need to get on the board here. They've used their timeout at the start of this power play. If you're just tuning in, the power play is 2 minutes, but there's also a 10-minute penalty because of the blow to the head received by Fia, who seems to be okay, and she has the puck. Wrist shot through traffic, and another one right into the breadbasket. Going low or trying to go 5-hole has not been a good formula, as the York goalie's been up to the task all the way. That's now 17 for 17, as I can see it. Amanda on the face-off, Georgie on her left, Kirsty in the slot. Georgie will pursue in the corner. That's her specialty. Georgie's interfered with. They don't call it. Puck wristed out towards center ice. This will be Tootie in pursuit. Devils will try to pick it up, but they can't. They send it out, does Amanda. York shorthanded. They're trying to get it out of the zone. That one sent, oh man, it just went over the line. Otherwise, Georgie would have been in fairly free with like a 3-on-1 or a 3-on-2. So still 37 seconds left in a vital power play for the Rockets if they want to get back in this game. Peyton Izzy Rizzo out there. Fia on the left D. Tootie on the right. If they could get those players open for shots, they have cannons from the points. Fia will get through one. She gets a little open ice but loses an edge. Gets it into the offensive zone. Izzy in pursuit. She's got Riz. Riz will take the wrist shot. It goes off of the head of a York player. York trying to move it out. They do. 15 seconds on the power play. 2:45 left in the period. 4-0 in the second period. York leads it. Rockets will change one behind the play. That's Larissa jumping on. Pursued at the near side boards is Tootie. There's a scrum over there, 1-on-1. Peyton playing the safety. Peyton's at the point. Peyton sends it low for Izzy. Izzy on the right side, outside. Sends it toward the net. Was looking for the shot or Riz at the back door. It was covered, but if that rebound had squirted out, Riz might have been there to put it in. The power plays expired. The Rockets had some good pressure there, but they couldn't find the back of the net. That should be the 18th shot on goal ticked on the board, as our scoring team of Jen Lee with the score sheet and George Tillinghast at the scoreboard are working together. This one sent in just before Izzy could clear the zone, and I suspect we're going to feel the adjustment of no more delayed offside until the calendar hits October. Just one man's thought. Face-off win, and Izzy will take it. Izzy, wrist shot from the right side. Knocked down with the logo and covered before there's a rebound. Clock still running. Should be stopping it. George, stop the clock. Should be 2:05 on the clock. Clock still ran. It looked like George was taking the extra penalty off there. The 10-minute part of the 2 and 10 all of a sudden started showing up. So we'll have a quick clock adjustment, or they'll just let 10 seconds run off before he starts it, which is what they're doing. So there's going to be 2 minutes left in the second period. Rockets with the offensive zone possession. Izzy tries to center it from the right corner. Riz behind the net, can't get to it. Rachel will pinch, good job. She gets it. She will try to come out of the corner, sends it over for Izzy. Izzy, can she turn and burn and make a shot? Sharp angle shot, she had Riz on the opposite side. Riz couldn't bat it in. Sent in front. Rachel was there cheating down as Peyton covered the D. This one sent out. Oh, it would have been a sure icing, but it hits the referee. Tough break. It would have had another face-off. 80 seconds left in the period. The Rockets desperate to put one on the board before this second period expires. Amanda in hot pursuit. Larissa had it kept in, but she didn't realize because the puck got under her and went under her legs. This one goes to the outside of the net. Emma stops it for a moment for Rachel. Goes to the far side boards. Amanda didn't realize it got reversed. Larissa comes in. That one goes off Emma's right shoulder. It bounces in front, but the loose puck is pushed away. York now with their best pursuit in minutes as the Rockets had tilted play, but not the scoreboard. That one was an attempted shot that Riz banged away. Kirsty up the right wing, dumps it for Amanda. Amanda gets to it first. Sharp angle shot toward the net, rebound. Kirsty can't get a hold of it. 29 seconds left. Georgie over there now. It's sent down deep. It's not going to be an icing. There's going to be a 2-on-1. Tootie back, whiffed on the shot. Tootie breaks up the pass with the back of her stick as she slammed on the brakes and got just enough of it. This one sent down. Onside, no icing. Kirsty in pursuit with 8 seconds. She's going to need to pick one off. Tootie's going to pinch in from the right point. Tootie gets a piece of it. 2 seconds. She's got to send it at the net. That's going to expire the period. And it's 4-0 York. But the Rockets, really for the first time in the game, were able to have an extended period there where they were the dominant team possession-wise. So it didn't show up on the scoreboard, and it hasn't showed up on the scoreboard yet, but they were definitely spurred on after the 2-minute penalty and the 10-minute misconduct that goes with it, as York playing a player short still for probably about 4 or 5 minutes of the third period that is forthcoming. The teams will switch sides, and when they do, Emma will be on the opposite side. So if you're watching from Marlborough, Milburn, Mendham, Malmo, or Mumbai, we're glad that you are. And if you've tuned in later, this is the first time you're watching it on demand. My name's Joe Rizzo, and I'm glad to bring you the action for the Rockets Girls 19U pursuit this season. Another thing that I do is a podcast called Diamond Diehards, which I encourage you to check out and subscribe to. You could pop over to my other YouTube channel that says Diamond Diehards if you're a YouTuber, or if you like to walk, I recommend subscribing on Spotify, iTunes, or whatever podcast app you use. And it's a good way to kill off some of those miles when you're out walking, you and your earbuds. It's a podcast about baseball and about life. If you're not a big baseball fan, don't worry. We talk about a lot of other stuff. We kick it off with Veteran of the Day. We usually end it with Die Hard Dads, where we talk about our famed role as fathers to my co-host, Jeff the Dog Healy. and I. Diamond Diehard's a podcast about baseball and about life. Follow us at Diamond Diehards everywhere on social media. Contact us on LinkedIn if you're interested in doing some business. And for more information, go to diamonddiehards.com. Third period upcoming. Peyton, Izzy, Rizzo line out there. Tootie on right D, Fia on left. Lift off in the third as the Rockets look to cut into a 4-0 deficit. Riz up the left wing. Riz stops, gets bumped, loses the puck. Peyton in pursuit. It goes to Izzy. Oh, just out of Izzy's reach. Tootie from the right point will shovel it deep. Tootie is tied up, loses a stick over there, and she'll pursue back without the stick. Let's see if somebody gives her a stick. She just goes and heads right toward the front of her own net, saying, somebody give me a stick. The stick was actually moved up toward the bench at least. Izzy gets it. Izzy has Riz 2-on-1 if they can get over quick enough. Join 2-on-2. Falls down. Amanda at the point. Amanda will try to get it through traffic. Can't. Izzy on the far boards will send it at the net. It goes behind now as the goalie got the paddle of the stick on it. Larissa at the right point. Shot toward Riz! She puts it on net, and what a save. That was going in the 5-hole, but she got a glove on it. A stellar save. Probably the best of the game for a goalie who's having a very good game right now. Good puck movement there. Riz got a piece of it. Didn't quite get enough. The puck was going in. I mean, that one was going in. That one found the 5-hole, but the goalie got the glove on it before it went in. Outstanding work. Devils win the face-off, and they try to get it out of their own zone, but Larissa's there to keep it back in. Sends it wide of the net, and Georgie and Kirsten are the pursuants. It's moved and steered up and out of the zone. No icing, as it wasn't that strong. Sent toward the middle. This will be the Rockets getting it into the zone with Kirsty, but not keeping it in. I thought Kirsty had a chance to turn the corner there, but she didn't quite have possession of the puck. Kirsty started the first period playing defense, and she moved up to forward for the second period, and Francesca moved from forward back to defense. And they've kept it that way for the third. Larissa was looking to reverse it as her team was changing behind her. Rachel will get it and steer it safely out of the zone, and the Rockets just needed to regroup and correct, not a mistake, but sometimes you just overskate the puck or you whiff on it and you don't want to compound it. Riz in pursuit, can't pick it off. This is 53. I heard somebody call her Amber, so she's not stopping. A wrist shot there, and Emma makes a right pad save. She wasn't stopping as if there's an amber light, nor slowing down. So that one sent in, and both teams will, if you get them off the record or probably on the record, say that the lack of delayed offsides is their scourge this season. It's not only an adjustment for players, it's an adjustment for announcers as well. Riz and Izzy looking to get 2-on-1 behind the D, they couldn't do it. As we come down to 14:25 left, Fia slams on the brakes, curls, out of view, tries to get it up the boards to Riz. Peyton comes over there, shovels it over to Izzy's side, but a little too strong for possession. York comes out, they send that one in offsides. And once again, I think we all are ready to write letters to USA Hockey and say, please reverse this rule right now and put it back the old way. Nevertheless, the confusion of the players and their muscle memory ensues. And in this case, it will benefit the Rockets, who get an offensive zone draw out of it. Amanda wins it to Tootie. Tootie cannot handle it, sends it toward the center, and this eventually hits a York shin pad and goes out. Georgie was trying to pursue. She had to clear the zone just under you. Amanda, playing safety, gets that one back. It pops up and over the glass, but not quite into the second deck here. Well, I don't know, maybe this is the first deck? Quite a crowd, I don't know if you could see them, but quite a crowd has gathered, including the 16U Rockets girls, who will take on the 16U York Devils at the conclusion of this one. Amanda wins another face-off, and she's been very good on the face-offs in this game and through the early part of this season. York wins the one-on-one battle there, and the puck goes deep. Tootie angles off with the body, but she's 1-on-2 here. Now there's going to be a penalty, and let's see if they call a hook or whatever. Yeah, they're going to call the hook on Tootie right there. And the Devils will go on their second power play of the game. They're 1 for 1 thus far. They got the first goal of the game that way. Oh wait, they're calling it on York. I thought with the touch-up of the Rockets that they were calling it on Tootie, but I stand corrected. Gladly stand corrected. I know Francesca Hansen very well, and that kid would never have done anything to draw a penalty. She is a wonderful child. Face off, it's going to be battled for. Georgie gets it, tries to send it at the net, but finds too much traffic. This one comes to the near side, and there's just not a Rocket there, so the Devils will get it out. So, in fact, this will be the Rockets' third power play, if I'm counting correctly. They're 0 for 2 thus far. This one goes back to Fia. She looks, and Kirsten will clear it back, make the Devils, a couple bump into each other over there, but not down. Fia gets up the near side. She looks for some open ice, sends it in, jumps off for a change with 82 seconds left in the power play and 13-13 left in the third. Rockets looking to cut into a 4-0 deficit. Riz will go behind the net. Can't get to the puck first, or at least if she was there first, she couldn't win it. Kept in at the left point by Peyton. Kept in again at the left point by Peyton. Riz got it. It went off of her stick. Riz behind the net, looking for somebody in front. Waits a little bit too long to dish it, and the puck goes out, and York will move it out. They have to go over the center line. Now that one, once again, she does that because icing is in effect even if you're killing a penalty now. Riz at center can't get it, and that one's sent in by York on an offside. 42 seconds left in the power play for the Rockets. The Rockets wearing white jerseys with black. The Devils wearing black jerseys with red numbers and white trim. They'll face it off at center as the clock ticks down 1, 2, 3, 4 and below. Riz trying to pick off that pass, but it just hasn't happened in this game for the Rockets. They're not quite a moment behind on things, but the Devils are just a little bit ahead in most of the pursuits. And the Devils playing mistake-free hockey in terms of the way they're moving the puck. Their only mistake really was a 2-10 penalty as Fia took an elbow to the head. Power play is killed off now. The team's at full and even strength, and we'll play the last 11:50 from here, starting 5-on-5. Riz up the near side. She banks it off the boards to try to get herself a little bit of room, but she did, in fact, give up her possession by doing it because trying to skate through the Devils hasn't worked very well thus far. Izzy with a good follow-through as the puck was moved into the zone. Riz gets it out on the near side. And actually, she doesn't get it out as the Devil comes from behind. The speed of the game at 19U can be a little different sometimes than the lower levels. A lot of times it's not very discernible. But this is one of those games where it is. It's just a little faster game. And all of the Rockets that are out there, this is their debut at this level for a regular season game. I sense that they'll pick up very quickly on that, and by the time they hit the ice again, might have a little bit of that magic figured out. Devils skate in, right dot, that one off of, I think, Emma's mask, and into the far corner. Tootie there, they're going to call her for something, and the whistle doesn't stop. They score. They call no goal. I don't know why they stopped the play. Maybe because the player was injured, but the Rockets completely stopped skating. The Devils didn't. I don't know why they didn't stop that goal from counting. That goal should have probably counted there. The bigger concern is the Devils player that's gone down. She's kneeling down and moving around, and her teammates are skating away. So a coach or trainer is over there. I'm not familiar with the Devils staff, but looks like they're giving the requisite speedy concussion protocol tests. And as parents and fans and players, this is the one thing that we always hold our breath seeing. And fortunately, the Devils player has gotten up and she's skating on her own volition toward the bench. Tootie will go in the box for, I think they called it a check, and she'll be in there for 2 minutes. 10:27 left in the game, 4-0 York, and they now will go on their second power play of the game. They are 1 for 1 thus far. As such, this face-off will go down to the attacking side. I don't know why that is, actually. The penalty occurred on the other side. If you say that again, you are. Referee's discussing what's going on now. I think that face-off should be at the other end, and I think that's why they're... What was that call, by the way? What was that call? Was it?
Yeah, just a check.
Check. Okay. Okay. So it is a check and call. You get it right from the horse's mouth. Now in the NHL, the referees are mic'd up. Here, that's the closest you're going to get. Quick shot off the face-off, deflected wide as it went through traffic. I think one of the Rockets, Larissa, got a stick on it. Wrist shot was going wide, but Emma's going to glove that one down. And that will expire the first 13 seconds of the 2-minute penalty, with 10:14 left in the game, and York holding a 4-0 lead. Amanda wins another face-off. Rather, that was Peyton. She'll send it deep. Hopefully that will slow up for the Rockets, and it does, because once again, if you're just tuning in or you haven't really been listening, which is understandable, that one, Rachel with a great move. Great chance to take right there. The puck was coming out and she tried to come in. It came just over the line for the offside. She nearly had it. Once again, it's icing in effect in all situations this year, at all levels besides high school and juniors and pros and above. Juniors and above, how about that? High school's juniors and above, I don't know, you get the point. This one will come up the right side. Riz pursuing shorthanded, gets through one, tries to get off a wrist shot, goes high, didn't have a lot on the shot, it's gloved down. And I'm not sure it was going into the net, but that forces an offensive zone face-off and allows for a change of the forwards at the penalty kill. So that's what you call a positive play. Riz and Peyton jump off. Izzy, and I think that's Kirsty there taking the face-off. Hard to see. Izzy and Kirsty. Izzy with the shot off the mask! She almost found the net, short-handed. Kirsty tries to pursue and make a steal. Izzy forcing the play outside. York moves it into the offensive zone. Turning the corner, Emma with a left pad save on the break. Rachel, whoa, boy, she pretty blatant trip right there, right behind the net. And that is going to be a 5-on-3 for 52 seconds for the Devils, as Rachel didn't want the player with the puck to find the player standing right alone in front of the net. While you hate to take a penalty down one, that almost certainly would have resulted in a goal. So if you're going to take one, get your money's worth. And Not a bad penalty for Rachel to take right there. 5-on-3. Let's see if the Rockets can kill it off. Kirsty wins the face-off to Larissa, who sends it around the boards. Izzy's not going to be able to get there, but she has to. Wow, she's aggressively pursuing instead of passively. Well, I guess that's what happens when you're down 4-0, even if you're 3-on-5. Izzy gets another piece. Devils trying to get through. This is going to be another hook as Larissa touches up, and you're going to have a longer 5-on-3. So Mount Pocono getting a little higher to summit at this point for the Rockets, as Kirsty will go into the box and possibly let's see. Well, there's only 4 Rocket skaters left on the bench, so Amanda will move down by the defenseman. Oh, there's a hook, and the Devils will take a penalty right there. Peyton got hooked right on the face-off, and she drew that one. So that won't do too much, but that'll make it a 4-on-3 for a little while, for basically the next 2 minutes, and we'll see what happens here. The plot thickens. They got to take that face-off out of the zone, is what he's saying. And it's an offensive zone penalty. Yeah, I don't know if this one is just supposed to come out of the zone or all the way to the offensive zone. The girls on both teams seem to be having a little bit of fun with this one. Now this looks like possibly your injured player is going to skate off, and she's asked by the parents just to our left if she's okay. She gives the nod, but the major signal is when the player is skating off on her own. That's the thing you want to see. Face off, battled for. Izzy tried to get it at the net. She almost got a piece. Larissa will retreat back. Lots of open ice out there, even though the Rockets are 3-on-4. This one's sent in. It's going to be an icing, which just seems absurd when you're 3-on-4, but by the rule, it was the right call there. And the menagerie of penalty minutes, all of which are not on the board, and most boards would be challenged to show you more than 2 players having penalty minutes at the same time. 8:40 left in the game. 4-0. The York Devils lead the New Jersey Rockets in 19U Girls action. The season opener and the Maha schedule for the Rockets. I think for the Devils as well, but I'm not certain of that. Moved back and forth. Fia has it. She has the open ice. She'll look for time, but there's not a lot of movement going on around there, and that's going to lead to the yielding of whatever possession there was, and eventually the puck does get out of the zone. I'll alert you when anybody is jumping back on the ice. The first one to come back should be Tootie. That should make it a 4-on-4. Wrist shot whistled over the net. Emma had the glove up, but I don't know if she was getting it up fast enough. Devils moving it around. They try to put it deep now with 7:54 left in the game. Fought for in the near corner. And is that an old-fashioned freezing of the puck? Or Tootie comes out of the box. There are still 2 Rockets left in the box. Their penalty minutes are not all displaying on the board. So by my count, it still should be 4-on-3, but because of the whistle stoppage, she's able to jump off the box and become eligible to jump out and get into the course of play again, if not have her team be eligible with 4 players at the same time. Now we should be able to just count the time and the players and move things along. even the refs seem to be withholding a little bit of judgment that everything is being tracked correctly. Ready for the face-off. 4-on-3 for the Devils. Riz wins the face-off, but it's going toward the net. Loose in front, shovel toward Emma, who covers it up. Riz and Fia combined to kind of win the face-off, but 3 Devils converged on 2 Rockets and stole that possession. Riz wins that face-off over to Georgie, who gets tripped. No call. Sent toward the center. Emma paddles it away. Riz will get it behind her own net, send it up the far side glass, up but not out. Georgie pursues there. Georgie gets the steal. She just dumps it out relatively with perfect touch to allow a change behind the play of her and Fia. This one's sent in, and it's going to be an icing. So the Rockets with, let's see, do they have their 4th player back here? They should have their 4th player back as Rachel jumps back on the ice. Jen Lee is doing the scoring, so she's certainly making sure that everybody has everything in order. And that's a good person to have on your side because Jen has forgotten more about hockey than most people know. 4-on-3 is over. 4-on-4 is in effect. There are 2 players left in the box. Riz on the face-off, still battling. Can't win it in the end as they get it out. Riz and Izzy. The 4-on-4 liners up front. Wrist shot as the York player falls while taking a shot. The puck was bouncing. Inadvertently, one of the York players jumps out, but this penalty should end pretty much now. It should be over. Referee into the box, making sure of what's going on. That penalty, the penalties were about 1 second apart, so I kind of feel like the Rockets should actually have 1 second of 5-on-4 here, and the York players should then jump out as well, but I guess it'll happen as soon as they drop the puck. And that's exactly how it goes. So for some reason they made the penalties simultaneous and the Devils win the faceoff going toward the net. Wrist shot goes just wide. 4-0 York, 6:45 left in the game. Devils pursuing in their own end. Izzy is the one that's the first forward up. She's still in pursuit. Move to the far side. Chipped out by Tootie. Devils will move D to D and try to gain the offensive zone, which they do via pass. Fia up the near side to Riz, just below you. 2 Devils there. They gain possession. Fia knocks down a chance for a 2-on-2, and the puck goes in behind the red line where Tootie will pick it up, reverse it to Izzy, and Izzy will look to get it out. She gets help from Peyton, who feeds the point there as the puck drops. It goes to the Devils. Wrist shot. Emma gets the first one. Rebound in front. Still loose. Tootie decks somebody. And Emma eventually covers it up. First down, Rockets. Ava apparently is the player that got pushed down. 5:50 left. And here's something very encouraging. Very often we hear negative things about hockey parents. And I will give you a positive thing about hockey parents that I am witnessing myself. A parent screaming at his player to not further engage on the ice. That is a sporting parent. Kudos to you, Devils. Wrist shot goes just wide with 5:35 left in the third. Kirsty will move it up the right wing. Teams finally 5 aside here. for the course of a couple of sequences now. Devils will move it in 3-on-2, Amanda hustling to get back. Rachel will snuff that centering pass out. It goes toward the slot. Amanda gets to it first. Amanda trying to get it out of the zone. Gets hooked a little bit, but legally. Shot chipped at the net. Emma will cover it up. Whistle and a stoppage of play. 5:06 left in the game. Four nothing York. They scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second. And it's been a scoreless third period where the Rockets have been able to carry more of the balance of the play. Hard shot. That was a snapper. And the York player got in front and tried to redirect it with the shaft of the stick, which she did, but she knocked it down more than redirected it. And Emma covered up the loose puck. I don't know if it ever got through. Amanda trying to win the face-off, can't do it. Amanda will eventually get to the loose puck, get a little help from Kirsty, who uses Larissa on D, and Larissa bunts it forward to get it out, but a little too strong for Amanda, who's pursuing. Rockets will try to keep it in, but they can't. 3 forwards in pursuit. Georgie knocks that one. That puck went out of play because it hit a weird part of the boards and bounced back. They didn't call it. They should have whistled that play dead for safety reasons, but maybe the ref just didn't see it. Wrist shot. Actually, that might have even been a slapper. It was just out of my view, but it had a lot of juice on it. They haven't blown the whistle, but I guess they stopped play. Unless they blew it right away, but Emma flashing some leather on that one. I'll give my friend Jerry Milani credit. He gave Emma the nickname Emma Vezina. Why? Because when you win the goalie of the year in the NHL, it's called the Vezina Trophy after Georges Vezina. And Emma has played Vezina worthy in all the time I've been privileged to see her in a Rockets uniform. Just down to 4 minutes now in the game. 4-0. Rizzo in pursuit. Rizzo tries to get the break. She's got a little help from Peyton. Peyton over the right side, sends it for Riz. She can't get the stick on it. Riz will bat it deep. Takes a little whack on the arm. Devils reverse it. They come up. They try to get out of the zone, and they do. It goes just past Tootie. Fia is the safety. She's able to grab it. She skates behind her own net. Lifts that one up and out. Devils get it at center ice. Riz trying to pick off the D-to-D pass. You have to do something at this point if you want to get on the board. In addition to playing the system, that's part of the system, to be a good forechecker and create opportunities. This one sent a long pass up. Izzy's there. Izzy gets past the D. She's got Riz with her 2-on-2. Izzy up the right wing. Izzy pulled down, and that's going to be a power play with 3:09 left in the game. Izzy with a good power move up the right wing draws the penalty right there. She'll jump off with that line and let the others see if they can cash it in. 4-0 York. 3:09 left, and the Rockets on their 4th power play. Amanda will take the face-off. She's got Georgie on her left, Kirsty on her right. Rachel is between the points over there, and Larissa's on right D. Devils get it, and they'll move it out of the zone shorthanded. They get it over the line. Trying to get past Larissa is one of the Devils. She can't do that. Takes a little bit of a dive right there, or maybe just fell, was tied up in the stick. Trying to get past Larissa is not something that's going to work out very often in your favor. Rachel will get it. She'll move it up the near side boards. Georgie takes a couple of hits for her worth, still pursuing. Now the Devils grab it, and they'll get it in onside, 1-on-3. Larissa fighting for the puck, 1-on-1. Will try to get a little help from Rachel. Eventually, 3 Rockets go below the line, and they can't actually get it out. Slapper from the right point is knocked down, and I think the Devils think that play stopped. The Rockets should have been flying out of the zone on that one, maybe getting a little lackadaisical there. This one sent across ice for Kirsten. She can't handle it. Devils power up the zone. Amanda with the good skate knock. And this will be Kirsten. She will go over the left wing, lose possession, try to dump it, lose possession again. Tries to get help from Georgie. Devils will move it out shorthanded, 45 seconds left in the penalty kill for the Devils, and Now we have 1:48 left in the game, 40 seconds left in the penalty. 4-0 York over the Rockets. The outcome in terms of winner and loser is pretty much a fait accompli. We have seen 4 goals scored in that amount of time, and that would be wonderful, but highly unlikely. If that happens, then you'll be watching this video on SportsCenter. Izzy comes out looking for Riz. Riz has it at the center line. Riz gains the offensive zone. Riz trying to get through traffic. Riz's wrist shot goes just wide as it might have been deflected. Izzy gets it on the near side boards. Izzy looking for Riz in the center. If she can get it to her, she's wide open. Riz is open back door. Nobody's there. Goalie calls it out, but the Devils come out of there with possession. That would have been the Rockets' best scoring chance possibly of the third period and probably of the game. Devils go up the left wing. There's a shot that eludes Emma on the glove side, and it ends up being an even strength goal, 5-0 for York. That's the first goal of the third period, and it comes with 67 seconds left. So the Rockets had played them at least even, had taken a little edge of the play for the balance of the period in terms of possession and shots and shot quality, but one mistake, 2 mistakes, and probably we'll call that maybe the third mistake of the game, where just a little bit of over pursuit led to one of the York players getting a little too much open ice in a step. Riz will come up the left wing as we move under a minute to play. She'll dump it and chase after her own dump, hoping the Rockets could get on the board here. Devils move it up and out. This will go to Fia. She'll slap it in, but Riz is offside, and the front referee was going to let it go. The rear referee says no way. Never know who's evaluating them, so you have to make the calls all the way through. I don't have a problem with that. They're here to ref the game, so they might as well do it according to the letter of the law. And he moves the face-off at center zone with 39.5 seconds left. Amanda wins another face-off. So those face-off wins might not look so spectacular today on the scoreboard or on the result, because the team probably still needs a little work on what to do after they win the face-offs to gain and hold possession and move the puck. But if she keeps winning them, then as we progress in the season, those loads of face-off wins are going to result in quite a bit of possession time. The last 12.2 will be contested at the start in front of Emma's goal to the right. Rachel will get the face-off win. Another one by Amanda. Sends it forward. It was tipped by Kirsty at the center line. The goalie will play it. That will do it. The final buzzer sounds, and the Rockets will skate to their netminder, who was valiant, but nonetheless on the wrong end of the 5-0 score on the Maha opener. I think the handshake line is back in effect, which is absolutely joyful and wonderful to see. Final shots, we'll have to try to figure those out. 22 on the scoreboard for the Rockets, 30-something for the Devils, as the teams sportingly shake hands, touch gloves. And another thing, nice to see the coaches shaking hands once again, looking like a nice little bit of a return to normalcy, and the players also thanking the referees. So that'll do it. Rockets couldn't dent the scoreboard in their first game of the regular season in the Maha League. They fall 5-0 to the York Devils here in Dunellen, New Jersey. So check back on my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe, hit the alerts button, and you'll always know when we're streaming Rockets action. And if you want to catch the whole game again, and perhaps a little bit better quality, then go find it here on the YouTube channel when time permits. In the meantime, thanks for watching New Jersey Rockets U19 Girls Hockey. This is Joe Rizzo. Have a great day.